So Liverpool just thrashed Chelsea, right? Let's get that clear. Let's get that straight. It was an absolute thrashing, men against boys. Simple as that. I'm trying to think of ways to describe this game. But for me, Chelsea were just absolutely horrible. They were so terrible. Like, besides that one moment from Christopher Nkunku, that was a brilliant goal, by the way. I think his talents might be wasted at Chelsea. A player who has so much ability. He's literally at the peak of his career. And yes, he struggled with injuries, but that was one moment of real quality in the whole game. And I think it would be fair to say that if it was under any other Chelsea era, under the Roman Abramovich reign, Pochettino would long have been gone. He would have been sacked a long time ago, by Christmas. Okay, let's get into some of the controversial decisions that were made in this game. Chilwell asked for a penalty, clear dive, got a yellow card for it. That's fine, no problem. Van Dijk made look like he had a little snap on Nkunku's ankles. This was at 3-1 after Nkunku just pulled one back. And if you look at it closely, yes, he kind of does make contact with his foot, and Nkunku just really exaggerated that contact. I think this one is an interesting one. You tell me what you think, because I personally feel like if it's anywhere else on the pitch, it is probably a foul, but in the box, maybe it's not enough for a penalty, because definitely the contact does not lead to Nkunku falling or tripping in the manner that he did. It's clearly an elaborated fall by Nkunku, and therefore I think I'm okay with the no penalty decision there. Okay, with that being said, let's move on to the first incident. I think this was early on in the game, I think 5 minutes in or something. Now, I think this was a more interesting decision. Conor Gallagher clearly goes past Van Dijk. He's taken a touch to go around Van Dijk. Van Dijk has made a step towards stopping Conor Gallagher. The important thing is that Van Dijk does put his leg out to tackle, but he doesn't actually go all the way in. He doesn't tackle with his foot. So that's not the main thing that we're looking at. But he does make contact with Conor Gallagher on the knees. So it's a knee-to-knee thing, and I think it's a clear obstruction. In my view, that one is a clear obstruction. First big chance of the game, or first big moment in the game, and I think a penalty should have been given for this initially. I definitely do believe that Chelsea should have gotten a penalty for this, because it is a clear foul. He's went to try tackle him. Yes, he doesn't put his leg or foot out to stop the ball, but he thought about it. He's moved towards the player and he's obstructed him with his knee. For me, that's a clear penalty. That should have been given. Just think about it. Even if you're not a Chelsea fan, if this penalty was not given for your team, I think we'd all be up in arms. I think we'd complain. I'd want this penalty. Unfortunately, that didn't go Chelsea's way. Maybe Chelsea could have taken the lead with the penalty had they got it, but I thought they were poor the whole game. I think Liverpool were always going to dominate, and there was only one team that was going to win it today. Another decision that went Liverpool's way was the penalty for Nunes. It was won by Diego Jota, and this one was obviously clear. His leg got stood on. It was clear. I don't think we can complain about it. You'd want a penalty for that. Another check was done on the second goal, Conor Bradley's goal. It was on Diego Jota's possible foul or infringement on Ben Chilwell. Obviously, Ben Chilwell being the left back, he was the one who could have went out to the left to try and stop Bradley progressing with the ball, who eventually scored. But I think it was the correct decision that was made, since it was a coming together. I believe both players came together, and really it would have been a shame to disallow Conor Bradley's first goal for Liverpool. And yeah, he was clearly man of the match. 2 assists and a goal in his second Premier League start. That's impressive. Another gem that's been produced by Jurgen Klopp. He's been found, nurtured, and really given to the world by Jurgen Klopp. Is it Trent who's really that special, or is it just Klopp's system? Because it seems like he can just really create these players perfectly, or find them to fit perfectly in the system, and they can just shine. I'm pretty sure that Trent owes a lot of his accolades and a lot of his reputation to Jurgen Klopp, of course. Someone please tell me what is going on in Darwin Núñez's head and in Darwin Núñez's world. because he just plays a crazy game all the time. He's a good football player, that's for sure, but he's not a great finisher. But sometimes he scores worldies. Like, he only scores worldies, I guess, because he's hit the post 4 times in this game. He hit the post 4 times. Apparently, that's the most ever. He's broken a new record. Well, he's not broken a new record.
Sometimes maybe good, right? Sometimes maybe shit.
He missed the penalty again, hitting the post. I'll tell you what, I had a feeling that he could miss this penalty. I had a feeling that he might. Why? Simply because Klopp turned his back on it. And if you remember when he did that with Mo Salah, he missed. And I just thought, how funny would it be if this happened again? Because he turned his back on it. And I don't know if it's as if you're superstitious in any way. Klopp, you need to start watching these penalties. Jurgen, please just watch the penalties. Maybe they go in. Darwin Núñez rattled the woodwork. He has this love-hate relationship with the goalpost right now. Well, it's probably only hate, but it's felt like target practice for him. He was just shooting. He was just firing at Petrovic. But one man that surely knows how to find the net is Diego Jota. He's always been class. He's always been quality. And I think he's Liverpool's best finisher outside of Mo Salah. And he stepped up whenever Mo Salah has gone missing. And he was quality for that goal. He just took the defense on. He went straight through Chelsea. From a great finisher to someone that's really not. Modric is struggling in the Premier League because how do you miss this chance? This was at 2-0. 2-1 changes the game. It's known as the most dangerous scoreline in football. I'm a firm believer in if you are not ready to take the shot, if you feel like you are under stretch, you're going to hit it over, you're not going to get there in time and you just throw your body there. If you are not ready to take the shot, if you're not confident enough, I'm a firm believer in taking a touch, whether you're off balance or whether you feel like you've ran too fast and you need to stop and just to control yourself to make sure that the shot would be on target. This is a tap in and he had so much space. And if you are not ready to take the shot first time, take a touch. And it's his weaker foot as well. So there's a huge chance that this can go sky high. Just take the touch. Anyway, game ended in a thrashing for Chelsea. Unfortunately, it was really just a really bad performance all around from this Chelsea team. Sterling, not a good performance. He always seems to struggle against Liverpool, though, especially at Anfield. Cole Palmer, I feel like, got a little bit exposed. I don't think these are the type of games that he survives. He likes to be in possession of the ball, controlled, so he can let his creativity show with the passes. He's not very quick, and I think if you press him too much with the high press and surround him with a lot of bodies, is not too strong to get out of those situations. Enzo, brilliant game last time out, of course, was man of the match, but this time not good enough. Chelsea fans need more from you. Chelsea fans are demanding more of their most expensive transfer of all time. So more is needed from Enzo Fernandez. And Caicedo, rethinking your life's choices, any regrets? You declined the offer to join Liverpool, and now what? For what? Liverpool top, Chelsea 10th. And for me personally, I do not remember an outstanding Caicedo performance. I only actually remember what people would refer to as disaster classes, for example, his debut. Yeah, anyway, Lavia as well, we could say the same thing. He's not even playing. I don't even know how's that going with injuries. Is he going to get game time? Is he going to be starting 11? I just, life is funny. It works out funny that way. It looks like right now, definitely Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool are winning. And to wrap up, speaking of winning, Spurs also won, City also won tonight, and we know Arsenal won last night as well. So it's been an interesting week of Premier League football. The teams at the top really just showing their class. It was just Aston Villa who were third at some point, third, fourth. They're in danger of literally letting go of that Champions League spot as they lost to Newcastle. Burnley really in danger, in serious danger now of going down because of this additional loss. I mean, it was City, so a very hard place to go at the Etihad Stadium. But this is how the top 6 looks like. At the end of the day, Liverpool remain 5 points clear of second place, which is joint second with Man City and Arsenal, albeit that Man City have a game in hand. Spurs and Villa now joint 4th and 5th, Actually, they have the same goal difference. That's funny. But either way, they are 3 points behind Arsenal, who's joined second. So this is really close between the top 5 teams. Technically, all of them still in the race. I would say maybe not realistically Spurs and Aston Villa between the top 3. I think it's set up beautifully for the Arsenal versus Liverpool game at the Emirates. Remember the return leg, they drew. So this one is going to be a huge one, and another draw would possibly benefit Man City yet again. Anyway, thank you so much for watching my video. To my new subscribers, I've got quite a few subscribers lately. Thank you so much for joining the family. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We'll be back with more Premier League. For now, we're also covering the AFCON. That's in the last 8 now, the quarterfinals. So if you are watching African football, please tune in to the channel, check out my other videos, and yeah, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.